Hey guys, before the video starts, I want to give a huge shout out to today's partner, SuperX. As you guys can see, I am rocking their outfits. SuperX has been a huge integral part of the Technoid show. They make some amazing activewear and also some very sporty-ish gear that you can wear that is built to last and built for all of your training workouts. I want to give a huge shout out to SuperX for being a part of the Technoid channel. Head on over to SuperX and use the promo code in the description to save yourself some money and check out all of their workout gears, and stay tuned because they have got some stuff in the works for the Power Rangers. They got G.I. Joe and many more coming. Thank you, SuperX. Let's talk Division Pro. So real quickly before this video starts, as you guys can see, this is not my normal location. If you guys are subscribers of my channel, which I encourage you to please subscribe, you will know that I usually do a lot in my studio area, but unfortunately due to some construction and to some issues down there, we cannot use it. So I have confined myself to up here. So apologies guys, but I hope you enjoy the scenery. Maybe we'll use it in the future. But anyway guys, it has been a little over a week since I have used the Vision Pro. As you can see, there has been one big change. I did go out and buy the Apple travel case, which again, you'll see in this video. I have used the Vision Pro for about almost a week now. I've had a chance to really break it in. I have had a chance to look at over everything. I've had a chance to really dive into this thing in just a week basis. And of course, I will still be giving my perspective as we get to the 1 month mark, the 6 month mark, 3 months, whatever. And I will definitely try to answer all your questions, but I want to give my initial reactions to what I have seen so far with the actual Vision Pro. So right off the bat, the first thing I want to say is that I really enjoy the experience. I have used several VR headsets in the past. I have used the Oculus, the Meta, the PlayStation VR 2, and while they have all been some tremendous headsets and have some great technology built into them, I really gotta say, for the first time, and I don't use these words very lightly either, but Apple really seems to have innovated with the Apple Vision Pro. And you normally never associate those words with Apple, because if you know anything about Apple, and listen, if you're a professional Apple hater or an Android hater, then you're obviously not gonna care what I'm saying, and you're probably not even watching this video, who knows. But they usually like to innovate behind closed doors, unlike Samsung and others. But in regards to the Vision Pro, they really did something here that is unique. From the design to the sound quality to the experience when you're immersed in everything. And what you're seeing on screen is what I've been doing for the last week. Now again, it is very limited as this is the very beginning, and again, there is going to be support coming from other companies. Google is on board with a YouTube app coming soon. So again, what you're seeing is very early footage, and again, it will change over time, but the experience has been amazing, from the details to the eye glances of looking at the icons and it knows what you're looking at, to the settings map, to answering a message. There is a lot here to be desired, and there is some incredible potential that I don't think we talk about enough. When you put the thing on, and I actually will say that I did have to go to the Apple store to get it resized, because that was my one thing. I noticed the 33 was not the right size, but now I'm using a 24. So I will say that it's nice to know that when you put them on, you don't actually have to go out and buy more VR headsets. Now again, this is not power, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, but it is comfortable. You know, a lot of people are saying that they need the dual band at the top to help make it feel better. I know a lot of big YouTubers have been saying it, but honestly, once you get the right fitting and you're wearing it for so long, I almost forget that I even want to use the dual band. So hats off to Apple really making it, because it does have a decent amount of weight to it, but it never feels like it's pressured onto my face. I don't ever feel nauseous or any headaches. Now again, this is just my experience. Everybody's is different. Now, another thing that I really like about it is the versatility. I really like that this thing has built-in buttons. You can capture pictures on it, which you'll see in this video as well. You can capture spatial video. You can do a lot with the Vision Pro, and I really enjoy doing a lot with these headsets, and even just down to watching a movie, surrounding the environment like you're in space. One of my favorite superhero movies is Superman 2. So when I was watching it, and the logos were flying by and I had it surrounded around the moon, that was really impressive. Another area that I really like about these is also the technology of the touching gestures. Now again, this is a very early stage, and I think Apple has made it clear that their focus with software 1.0, Vision OS, is they're going to be focusing on the reliability of the gestures to be more accurate. They will obviously add more features over time, but they did say that they are going to continue to work on the gestures to make it as responsive, to make sure that it doesn't feel glitchy. Because I have noticed a few bugs, which we'll get to in the negatives in just a moment. But the last thing that I really enjoy with this also is the whole immersive experience. When I'm watching a video, when I'm listening to music, the spatial effect feels real, and the sound quality in these things adds to that as well. I never thought that VR headsets were going to sound this good, let alone from Apple. But if you know anything about Apple and their spatial audio, they're going all in. And this thing delivers exceptionally well. Now, there are some negatives which I don't want to get to, but I will say, when it comes to linking your Apple products, when it comes to other products that you use, the Mac is an essential. If you have an M series chip Mac, this thing is going to work perfectly. But if you don't have an M series Mac, then you are looking to have to upgrade your Mac to really work with this. But again, you don't want to change everything just for the Vision Pro. If you need a new computer, go out and buy a new computer. Don't be like, oh, I got the Vision Pro, I have to have it work. No. If your computer's broke, it don't work, get a new one. Don't do it just for this. Save yourself some money. But with that being said, we do need to talk about some negatives. So the first and biggest negative that I have with this is while the gestures and the areas are pretty good, there are some moments where it can slip up and mess up when I'm typing on that virtual keyboard, which I know a lot of people hate, but I actually really don't mind it as much. But I will admit, when you do pair it with a Magic trackpad or a Magic keyboard, then the experience is a whole different ball game. So I will say that I do think that it is good that you can have the option to pair it with technology like that, because it does make the experience better. But again, over time, we'll see how responsive they get the keyboard, because eventually it'd be really cool when they get to that point where the keyboard can have swiping motion, swiping gestures, just like on iOS, and maybe even make it easier for those that want to use a digital keyboard, because while it is responsive, it's not as accurate. So I will say that. Another negative that I have is that there is a lot of bugs, but again, they are working on it. But I noticed that whenever I'm in Safari, whenever I try to click on a video from YouTube or something, sometimes there's this weird bug where it thinks like I'm holding the image and then it'll slide it all over the place. So they definitely have to work on that. But again, it all comes with software updates. One negative that I will say in regards to the actual headset itself is while this band is really good, I do notice that sometimes it does make a weird sound whenever I put it on. You can't really hear it now, but whenever I put it on, it makes a sound. I can't really describe it, and it always makes me think like I'm gonna rip this thing. It really makes me think that this thing is gonna rip, but it is durable, it is built. But I do notice some, I wouldn't say manufacturing error, but there definitely is some question in terms of durability. But if you have AppleCare, that should probably solve the issue. Now, the dial knob here for the headband is really nice. I do like that it is adjustable. I do like that attention to detail. But there are times when it's super, super tight and then you adjust it and then it's super, super loose. And then it's like very fidgety. And sometimes it'll even loosen on its own, which I've noticed is very prominent. But again, it probably is just my head, my hair, whatever. And the last negative that I have with it so far is that there really isn't much to do. Now again, I know this is what comes with being a first generation, first adapter, but I gotta be honest with you, I was kind of expecting Apple to really get some developers, more developers on board. Yes, you have Macs, Disney Plus, you have a lot of things, but again, it's nowhere near the iPhone or iPad or experience like that. So it is gonna take some time for them to get it. But I really kind of wish that they had built this thing up a little bit more. They had focused on the App Store aspects and get more developers on board, because it is actually selling very well. So I kind of wish that Apple had really persuaded them more, because the sales numbers are speaking volumes and it shows people are using it and there is a demand. Now, when it comes to the accessories real quickly, as you can see, we have the charging case here. Well, not the charging case, but the travel case. Sorry. And I will admit, it is a very nice case. Apple really designed this thing to look exceptional. It holds the battery pack very nicely. The headsets go in very beautiful. You could put the adapters like the wide and wide plus for the frames in there. You also have a carrying pouch where you could put some cables. You could put anything you want in there, the charging brick. And when you fold it up, it actually looks like a product that was made by NASA. I don't know if this is true or not, but I read somewhere on Reddit that they said they actually collaborated with NASA. I don't believe that, but if it's true, I mean, hey, I wouldn't doubt it because this thing is on the level of like the things you find in the astronaut kits. But it is pretty heavy, I'm not gonna lie to you. And while the material is very nice, they charge $200 for this. Now, there are third-party options out there by Spigen and other companies in Belkin, which are hundreds of dollars less, maybe $100 less. So that is an option. But overall, so far, based on my first week experience, I gotta tell you, I have been enjoying my experience so far. I haven't had one complaint, any issues with the Vision Pro. Again, there are a lot of bugs. There are some things that they have to keep working on, but the potential is really there. And I really enjoy what Apple is doing, and I can really see this thing being built out. But again, time will tell its tale. Time will continue. But that is my first initial reactions, guys. I, again, wanted to try to answer as much questions as I can. If there are any other questions and whatever, make sure to hit them up in the comments and subscribe because we are going to be making more videos with the Vision Pro. I am going all in on the Vision Pro for my YouTube channel. So if you want to know more about the experience, some how-tos, if you want to see some tutorials, again, subscribe, leave some comments, and I will continue to make videos and answer all your questions as best as I can. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I answered some questions. If I didn't, I apologize. But write them in the comments. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care, stay safe, have a good day, and peace!